Ain't nothing happened. Yo, YouTube, Spotify, you've been hit with the Seoul Dojo podcast. My name is Curtis Russell. And, of course, I'm accompanied by my man Jamal Johnson. I have to bring you in every time, apparently.
Yeah, you're right, man. What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on? A little bit of technical difficulty, but we're back on, thank God. Jay.
Yes, sir.
Do you celebrate Halloween? I couldn't even get that question out. I'm like, how do we want to address this question?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really too keen on Halloween myself, to be honest with you. And I don't know. I celebrated it a lot when I was younger. Like in Victorville, there was it almost looked like a mall outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of nuts. And I remember having like hundreds of kids show up at the house, like trying to get candy and stuff like that. So it was pretty nuts. So
Yeah, probably like around this time I would eat. Like I said, I would get a lot of candy. I'm not a big horror fan, but like I said, there's a lot of horror movies out around this time. So like I said, the only really, and it's not even a horror movie, but the only movie I'm worried about seeing this month is Zombieland 2. So whenever I get the opportunity, that'll be my horror movie.
That's gonna be an awesome movie. Nah, we haven't even talked about the horror aspect of Halloween. I did do the festive thing. I got the pumpkins like literally right here. If you're not watching on YouTube, Spotify, people, we got like pumpkins up because I was like, let's do something a little festive, I guess. It's out of the three big holidays, when you look at Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Yeah, Halloween's my least favorite. Thanksgiving's my favorite because you eat. But it's weird because when I'm not a horror person either, I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and watch Friday the 13th and all that crazy crap. Like I'm not, and I don't like scary stuff. Period.
Yeah,
I think me and you are just those type of people that like I don't like to get scared.
Yeah. That's not me at all.
No. But we're gonna start off the show. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite horror games.
All right, sounds.
We
good.
do play horror games. I just don't watch horror movies. Okay? I can't stand. I just can't do horror movies, man. Let's start off because all right. So I'm on GameSpot right now. So if you guys are watching, I'm on GameSpot right now, and they did 21 best horror games. This came out. I want to say this came out this year. This month, definitely for the festive period. Resident Evil remake.
Right.
Resident Evil period is just a series that I know they have good games within the series, and I played a few of them and they are pretty good. I haven't played the remake. I've seen loads of it. And have you played Resident Evil at all? I think I've asked you this question on this podcast.
I have not. I've seen like bits and pieces of it before, but I've always wanted to. But then I realized it wasn't like the movies. So
no. Actually, the movie. If I think about it right, the movie is like based off of something completely different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Like there's some of the characters in there, but it's not. It's not the same.
Right. So yeah, it's So moving on from there, I know some people that actually played that game, and I don't think it's gonna go for Game of the Year though, because I think it's a remake, so I don't think it can. Until Dawn.
Yeah, I have watched the full playthrough of that because, like I said, I don't do a lot of horror games, but yeah. Until Dawn was
that's more of a typical, there's a dude on the loose that's a maniac trying to kill everybody. Like that's not supernatural, right?
It actually is supernatural because there's like this, fairy tale, because that's what it is. But these Wendigo, and there's like these big, long, elongated, really skinny, long creatures or whatever you have it. And like, as it's going on, there's like this guy who's like pretending to be a maniac, and it turns out in the end that he's just messing around with them because it's 1 year after, I believe, his sister's deaths. So
some psychological stuff.
Yeah, some psychological stuff. So then it ends up turning out that there's like an actual legitimate beast. And I forget the name of those type of games, but it's like your decisions affect each what do you call it? Affect the story. So you can either end up with one person surviving or everybody surviving. So not a bad game, though. Not a bad game. I really enjoyed it, though.
Good. It's only on PlayStation 4. That's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. I know I've seen little bits and pieces of it, and like you said, it really hangs on that your decisions really matter.
Yeah.
They really, really matter. So I don't know if anybody in the comments has played that. Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. One of the best DLCs I've ever played.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I remember the can't even think of it.
Like it's a horde mode where all of them come at you.
Yeah.
We were just sitting there, shooting them.
Yeah,
and it's sad that Rockstar isn't gonna move forward and make another one and kind of just not do the whole single player DLC. It would be great to have another one of those, but that was a really, really good expansion to the game. It really was. And it was at a time where like zombie stuff wasn't played out just yet. It was kind of just getting into gaming a lot more. So one game that I'll never play is Blair Witch.
Yeah, I've like seen I keep referencing movies, but the movie in itself was scary. Like I said, I've watched some people play Blair Witch on YouTube, and I'm just like, man, how are you so brave to play these games? I mean, like, you can know that it's fake. Yeah. Absolutely know that it's fake, but somehow, some way, you're just like anticipating the unknown. So
it's the supernatural stuff that scares the crap out of me.
Exactly.
Like you can deal with a dude in a Halloween mask running around trying to stab everybody. You can deal with that, but this supernatural stuff, that's just
man.
No. One game that I played earlier this year, and I didn't get around to doing a first impression of it because I felt like I didn't get far enough into it to have a official opinion about it. Was Metro Exodus. Okay. And the reason why I couldn't get around to Metro Exodus is because I was so freaking scared all the time. Like, it was very hard for me to play the game, actually, because it wasn't like jump scary. It was just like, what's the word? Anxiety. It was just like, something's gonna happen.
The constant suspense.
It was constant, and the game is so slow too. Like, you're in these underground like subways, and you just and the game does so good to immerse you. It's like you hear the slow footsteps of yourself just and it's pitch black and it's silent, and like these things are coming out of nowhere, or you hear something, or you think you hear something. So it's like constant suspense, and my heart couldn't take it no more. Like, I can't sit here and play this game. But it was a really good game, and for people that actually can play that, you're a maniac. But it's a good game. I understand completely. I want to say this is coming up because my computer's a little slow. It's what game is this? Silent Hills. Silent Hills 2.
You know, I've looked at all the different Silent Hills, like the whole series, like and how it like correlates to the movies. I don't know. It's like it seemed like it was going to be a lot scary. Obviously, I mean, if you played the PT, the playable teaser, it seemed like it would have been a lot scarier than what it actually was. So I don't know. I wasn't all that scared of it once I kind of looked at it and you understand the story of it. It wasn't really all that scary. It was more like kind of, I'd say it's satanic, but ritualistic type deal and stuff like that. So that's not all that scary.
Did we talk about PT?
We talked about PT the last podcast.
Okay. Then you know I'm terrified of that game.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
I am too. I think everybody is. And the funny thing is that it's short. It really is short. But like when you're playing it, you would have thought it was like a full game because that's just how long it takes you if you're scared to complete this game.
Right. And I hope I don't like say the same thing again. It's crazy that you can make a game in 7 minutes and it just be good. Yeah. Like, games don't need to be 50, 60 hours long.
Yeah. It was essentially a demo. That's what it
really was a demo. No, it really was. Yeah, that's true. Outlast.
Yeah, we already know how we feel about Outlast. Outlast 1 was a little bit more.
And that's what I'm talking about. Outlast 1.
Outlast 1 was much scarier.
Did you like Outlast?
Yeah, Outlast was as a game. I mean, I think, like I said, it had a unique horror to it, especially it being such an old game. And then, like I said, we talked about Outlast 2 last podcast, and that game was just weird. Yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah, this one is good. I think it was one of the first games that I felt hopeless in constantly. Yeah, I felt like there's nothing I can do. I'm just a guy running around, and then of course at the end there's like a bit of a twist. I don't want to spoil it or anything like that. If I can remember.
There is.
The next one is Dead Space.
Yeah, we know how we feel about all 3 Dead Spaces.
All 3 Dead Spaces, we love them. You get a gun so we can play them.
Yeah.
We can actually shoot stuff.
Right.
Dead Space is a game that I feel like with the story, it's easy to understand when you actually like look at what's going on in the story. There's markers and they're turning, people into necromancers and stuff like that.
Oh no, the story is, like I said, the story is amazing. Like I said, it's a horror aspect to it, but like I said, the story really gets you immersed, especially if you can watch somebody else play it. Then it makes it a little bit easier.
They do have like a few things on Netflix that follow the story, which is like it's like a cartoon where it follows like 3 other travelers and stuff like that. So building on the lore there, hopefully EA can bring that back.
Yeah.
And what is this next game coming up here? I see the picture before I see the title. Devil Daggers. I never played that before, but that's on PC. It actually looks kind of cool. So Slender.
Yeah.
Slender Man.
And you want to know what? I keep, like I said, I guess this is just going to be referencing movies too. They made Slender Man. Now we know how scary Slender Man was, and like I said, if I'm not mistaken,
It's
like
terrifying.
it was based upon like these college kids or whatnot, like trying to make up this lore, or like basically make this idea up, and then somebody took it and made it into a video game. And like I said, the movie is it does not do it any justice. I don't think.
Is the movie scary?
It's not. The movie is horrible, actually. Wow. Like I said, it's just certain things that you should not remake into
a movie.
Into a movie.
Film. Yeah.
And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was a short film or like a short, like 3-minute video or something like that turned it into the video game. So when they try to put it on a big screen, it just doesn't work, because obviously there's a lot that goes into when you're talking about a video game aspect. It's like, you remaking Until Dawn into a movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out that way.
Tashelle says, yes, Outlast is one of my favorite of all times. A horror hospital terrifies me. Yes, it does me too. How can you not freak out with those things crawling all over you? I would die. Just drop the gun and die. No, I would shoot it. All right. If I had a gun, I would simply shoot the damn thing. Like, it's just, screw that. Resident Evil Biohazard is a really good game. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a really good game. I think that game is more, it's scary, but there's a lot of sanity and like insane. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff, crazy people in there. So I think that's what makes it kind of eerie and weird. The next game coming up is, I think I passed it, but it's all good because I didn't even notice it anyway. Alien Isolation.
I was just about to mention that game, Alien Isolation. I've watched somebody actually recently here play through that, and that game, for one, I want to say like the graphics look really amazing. I don't know what he was playing it on, but that game is eerie. Like if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of similar to like that Outlast aspect, to where you're kind of defenseless and you're just roaming about. And I mean, when you're talking about, if you just watch any of the Alien movies in general, you just know how freaking scary that could be.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you're crawling through these different duckways and whatnot, and air conditioning. Yeah, dude, it is. I would not play that game.
That game has a really intelligent AI system. Yeah. And I think that game actually did a lot for AI systems, period. Speaking of PTs, the next game that is up. Yeah, we talked a little bit about PT, and the picture is terrifying. It's like pitch black. Yeah. And it's just showing a picture of like the dead woman, like right in front of you. Yeah. Like I'm trying to move past it right now. Like, it's like slowing down. My computer is like, watch it just jump out. You're going to see me freak out. But no, PT's great. Alien Isolation is a good game also. We talked about Resident Evil already. They're just going through like Resident Evil Remake, the original one. Haven't really played any Internal Darkness before. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep, I've watched Five Nights at Freddy's. And like I said, that game had an interesting concept to it, and like I said, they made it into Gmod. We talked about Gmod before, and like I said, I mean, just 10 out of 10. It's just, when you're defenseless, you can make any horror game scary at this point in time. You could have a freaking little toddler crawling baby, and I'm pretty sure there's a game that's just like that, running after you, and as long as you're defenseless, you have no opportunity to, you're going to be scared.
Right. And Five Nights at Freddy's, I've seen like lore videos. I'm not about to play that game. You're crazy. At least in Outlast, you can't run in Alien Isolation. Once it sees you, you're dead. Yeah, because that thing is quick as I don't know what. It's, whoo boy. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, I've seen a lot of lore videos on that. There's some crazy stuff going on in that game. There is. Like, I was just like, how, like, there's a YouTube channel called Treesicle that I like to watch sometimes because they do like really weird concept videos. Like, they did it. Hello Neighbor is kind of scary too. Do you know what game? It's like a kid. What is he? Okay, so a kid hears like screaming or something in like a house, and he goes over to the neighbor's house and he's trying to figure out what's going on. So he tries to reach the closet, but there's a neighbor that's gonna try to find you, and it's just like that AI Outlast Alien Isolation thing where like, you're going to try to hide from him. Yeah. But he's going to know you're there, you know what I'm saying? So you better watch out. Yeah. So yeah, any more horror games you can come up with?
No, you've listened. In fact, you've added some to my list. I was just going to add Dead Space, and I mean, that's it.
Until Dawn, probably.
Yeah, Until Dawn.
Yeah. Okay, so I read an article on Kotaku earlier this week, and I told you about it about Friday. I think I told you about it on Friday. It was a dude. He was like, "Yo, character customization should be 5 minutes, no more less, no more, no less, right?" Yeah. And I read it. I read the article. It's pretty funny. He's basically just saying, "Yo, just go on certain playthroughs, just open, like when you go into the character customization, just name the character and then go right into it."
Yeah.
So basically randomize the thing. Yeah. So he was talking about a specific game. I think it was Baldur's Gate or something. How long, Jay, do you take on character customization?
Probably less than 5 minutes. Probably like 2.5 minutes.
Oh my God. How long do you think I take on?
Well, I mean, I know you take, like 7 days to make your character. So, I mean, we would play many of games together. I mean, we've had different series. We played FIFA together, and like I said, when FIFA didn't really have that much customization.
FIFA does not have much customization, but I still find my way to spend about 7 to 10 minutes on it.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, if I'm gonna play with a character, this is my whole thing. If I'm gonna play with a character for up to 1,000 hours, it doesn't even matter if it's 20 hours. I have to look at this character for 20, 30, 40 hours.
Yeah.
And I want it to look good. Like, I want it to look like how I want to look. Sometimes, especially on like games like Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, I'm literally just like, I made this character. It took me about 45 minutes to make it. It took me a while. It took me almost an hour. And I get into the game and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like the hair.
Yeah.
I don't like the hair. I'm about to restart. Like,
what's funny is that whenever I am creating something, I'll ask my wife, like I said, if I'm doing some kind of character creation, I'll ask, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And like, I think my wife would be similar to you. Like, she would take forever doing character customization. She's like, "Oh, that don't look like you. You need to do this, do that." I'm like, "Listen, I just wanted to make like a black guy." Like
that resembles me in some way.
Yeah, resembles me in some way, and yet she will spend forever. I'm like, listen, I'm not about to do all of that.
Right. Character customization is a funny thing. I mean, but now character customization systems are getting a lot more deeper. So, and I really like that because I like customizing my character. Is there a game that you would ever just be like, all right, I'm gonna spend some time actually creating my character?
No. Yeah. Like I said, unless it's like Destiny 2, like the only time I'll spend forever customizing my character is if like this involves me like adding on different level boost or different gear boost. Like that's the most customization I'm going to do because obviously it needs to progress the game. But if it's like strictly just cosmetic and I want to look good, like no. I think Red Dead I probably spent a little bit of time doing it just because like they all look weird. Those characters look all weird. Yeah. But no.
So you just spend time on like the face and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even do that. Like, I mean, I spend the most minimal amount of time. If like the guy looks decent, I'm like, all right, cool. We'll just go through this. Like, I'm probably not gonna look at the character again. So.
Oh my goodness. Tashelle said I took like 40 minutes on Dragon Age Inquisition customizing my character, and then got 10 hours in the game and decided I didn't like it. Didn't like them, so I had to restart all the way over. Yeah, that's basically me in the nutshell. Like, especially on a Dragon Age game. Like, I'm just like, no, I gotta do it again because this is not good enough. Or like I'll get into like a cutscene and I'll be like, I can't get used to this fool's face right now. It's not even gonna work for me. Like screw that. So yeah, character customization. Would you ever like create somebody that isn't you though? Have you done that already?
I mean, I have. I mean, like I said, my Madden series is based around Alexander Harris. Yeah, that's right. And now that isn't usual for me. Like I've always thought of it, just to kind of build these narratives. But like I said, my Madden series with Alexander Harris, that's a guy that's like based upon a completely different story. He has some things that are kind of based upon me, like being from Louisiana, LSU, and different things like that. But yeah, that's probably I would like to more and more, but. That's
just like I just like creating myself.
And I mean, in any of the FIFA series, and I guess that's kind of more of your creating. Whether we're creating these Croatian guys or these guys from Costa Rica, whatever.
Of course, you see me play as a female multiple times.
Yeah.
Do you understand that logic?
No.
Yeah.
It's gaming. Like it.
I know you'd be like, why are you a female? I know I've talked about this on podcasts before. Like, it's not a perverted thing. Like, it's just strictly like sometimes armor looks better on a female, or like sometimes because the female, of course, is a slimmer figure, so it's just like I want to play a certain build. So it's like, okay, I want to be the more stealth, more a light on your feet build. Well, that it looks weird when you're a man, and they always make the dude so bulky. You know, you kind of light on your feet as a man that's like 6'3". It's like, well, a female, you're slim down, so it's like it looks a little bit more better.
In fact, a while back, I can't remember the channel or the video name, but they actually did a test on hit spots. So like I think it was surrounding Call of Duty and a couple other different games, shooters, and they were talking about the hit spot because you got female characters or male characters, like you said, are much bulkier, and then you have the female characters that are much smaller, but yet the hit spots were the same. So it's like almost it's a placebo effect, and that's why a lot of guys actually that I saw started playing as female characters because they're like, okay, well shoot, my hit spot or whatever the case may be a lot less than this big old bulky character. Somehow the AI will not see me. If I'm passing by, but we already know how the AI is. So.
Yeah, that is a regular character right there. I'm gonna have to shoot him. Okay. Yeah. So it's always with me. It always depends on the game if I'm gonna be myself or a female character. Because if I'm a dude, I'm gonna be myself. If I'm a female character, I'll create like whatever female characters in my head.
Yeah.
I know the only game that I know for sure I'll never create a female character and play as that female character dominantly is like Sims or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that. I always create myself in Sims. I can't play with somebody else's life. It has to be my own. Anything else on character customization?
No, we're good.
I love character customization. I wish they were in every single game, to be honest with you. Well, sometimes the characters they build, like when you play Uncharted, Nathan Drake's a good character. When you play Kratos and God of War, he's a great character. So I mean, I guess I kind of take that back. But yeah, a lot of times I like playing as my own character. So Ben Hansen is a review editor with Game Informer. This is definitely when we get into this is the part of the podcast I love the most. Like we get into some of the videos we're making, content creating, and get to talk to the people and tell them what we've been doing and how we review. And he is like I said, a review editor. Ben Hansen, I really do like him. He talked a lot of topics and tips about reviewing games. He spent about 45 minutes on Game Informer podcast. You guys can go check that out at Game Informer on YouTube. So it's probably for the people listening. First thing was straight up, like, reviews are an opinion, and simple as do you like the game, do you not like the game, and you're gonna give your opinion based off that. One thing that he talked about that I kind of talked about to you like really subtly when we kind of have like our off-camera talks is the text. The text is very important. It's actually more important than the score, but the text has to match the score. Yeah. Now we do have text. It's not as deep, but we do give the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Yeah. And I feel like what we probably talked about before was some thumbs up and some thumbs down are going to weigh more in the score. Yeah. So if you're playing Madden, you're not going to deck too much on the story that's in, what is the mode called now?
Face of the franchise.
Face of the franchise. You're not going to, okay, the voice acting is absolutely atrocious. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put that down. But that doesn't make the game go from an 8 to a 7 necessarily. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to implement the point system. Yeah. With already you making this review scale, I wanted to implement the point system so we can give games like, okay, this game's a 7, but how strong of a 7 is it? Is it a 7.5? Is it a 7.8? Or you can just keep it at a 7, of course. So I think we already kind of hit the nail on the head when it comes to that part.
Yeah. So, and we've, like I said, in fact, we just started using the point scale for the first FIFA.
I used it. Well, I knew I was going to use it, but I used it in practice on the FIFA one.
Yep, and like I said, I thought of using it on COD Mobile, but I ended up not doing it. But yeah, so like I said, I think it's a great idea because, like you said, a lot of people, and we have a lot of text, I guess, and pretty soon we obviously know we'll have the blog coming, and we'll make a video more information about that, where we'll be able to kind of put those ideas on paper. Right. But I think the video kind of explains each thumbs down, if you will. I think we do a pretty good job of that and putting it in.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah. I think within 90 seconds, I think those videos are really, really good within 90 seconds. I'm just checking out the chat here. Do you feel like it's harder to review a franchise that you know and you like?
No, I think it makes
not in a positive way. Do you feel like sometimes you get harder on them because of that?
That is a good question. That's a very good question.
That's the question that they asked in that interview, and I was like, wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, people would think, no, you're gonna be professional, but it's like, when I think about it, was I hard on FIFA? I don't think I was. No. I think I wasn't as hard on FIFA as I'm thinking, but at the same time, I was really upset with how the career mode came out and how the game came out. So I was like, there was no second guessing. This is a 5.8. This is really bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I will say that I'm gonna say no, it's not. Considering our past reviews, because like I said, at the heart of it, we love a lot of different games, but like I said, the two games that or the games that we play the most that we can think of that we play the most throughout a long period of time is FIFA for you and Madden for me. And like I said, obviously, I play FIFA, but these are games that we love. We played every last mode. We have literally done everything possible within these games. But yet the reviews that we gave them, like I said, now they're going to be bad to people, but I think they were fair considering that if we really just wanted to, throw them into the dirt and like, listen, y'all are not getting together. Yeah, we could have like added a negative review score. So I think that we were subjective, objective, whichever word it is.
Subjective, yeah.
Yeah. When it came down to these games, like I said, we really dissected them, gave them credit whenever they did improve upon something. And like I said, I talked about Madden. Now, the face of the franchise mode, like I said, I explained why, it was a good addition to it. But then, like I said, the other stuff that still went down, I could have just said, forget this face of the franchise mode. You guys keep replacing career mode with some other type of mode. But no, I wanted to acknowledge what they did well in this game. So
fair enough. I can look at that in a positive light and be like, I should, because I'm gonna admit that when we talk about the Witcher on Switch, I'm gonna probably get around to reviewing the Witcher. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, it's a 10.
Yeah.
But I gotta honestly play it and be like, is this game really a 10 to me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. But in my heart, I'm like, I remember playing it and I was like, this game is amazing. But I'm gonna really, and I love CD Projekt Red. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I gotta look at it and be like, all right, it's this game honestly a 10.
Yeah.
Why do we do a score and not must play, don't play scale?
Because like I said, ultimately it comes down to,
I know the answer.
Yeah.
I just for everybody, just let them know. Like, cause I think Kotaku does the, you should play, you shouldn't play or something like that. They don't do ratings anymore because people tend to just look at the rating and be like, oh, that was good, oh, that was bad, or oh, they kind of liked it,
Well, like I said, because it ultimately comes down to the person. I mean, like I said, you look at the scores that we gave on FIFA and Madden, and yet, these are still two games that we play. Now, I haven't played Madden in a while, but yet it's still two games that we play. So it's like, yeah, you shouldn't buy this game, but yeah, I'm going to go and continue to play this game. No, I'm giving you the honest review, and you can take in all those details we provided to you and to see whether or not this is the type of game for you. Maybe you don't care about career mode. Maybe you are glad that they've added more microtransactions in Ultimate Team. That is okay. You're going to go for that game. So it would be too opinion based and too biased.
Yeah.
To do that.
Right. And you don't get enough context out of that. Like, it's just like, yeah, you can do all. I mean, that means your text part would have to be so good, and you would have to go really deep into it, and then just be like. But I feel like this should be a middle ground, like you said. Like, it's when you look at two reviews, and I have all our reviews up here on Facebook. I put them all up. When you look at your Madden review, when you gave it a 6, that's some even ground right there. That's average ground, and it's like, that can lean either way. You can be like, at that point, you're gonna have to look at the ups and the downs. Yeah. Okay. Did you like the fact that Jay praised the career mode? Did you not like the fact that we did dog the microtransactions that are in the game? At that point it's up in the air. How do you feel? Because your highest rating was a 7. Yeah. I've played. I've kind of been a little bit more on the better side with games. I played like 2 amazing games. So I gave really good reviews and stuff like that. How do you feel about giving out 10s? Like what would you give a 10? Like, honestly,
for me to give a game a 10, like I said, it just truly has to, at least on my scale, like I said, it would have to just completely blow me away. Like, I would have to like somehow forget that this was a video game for a second. Like, I have to be that immersed into this game to where, like I said, even if it does fail in some kind of aspect, it doesn't take away from the game experience. Just like, well, you know what? I could have this. It's like you having, some nachos. You're like, well, shoot, these are some good nachos, but it could have had sour cream. But nonetheless, it's still good nachos. You know what I mean? So that's the way it would be for me. Like, say, you know, and I got some games that I believe will be a 10 in my mind, but like I said, it's kind of like you said, I got to play these games
play it to
and be fair with this. I can't just throw a 10 at it, you know, already. So
right. I've already given it 10, but I gave it 10 to a game that I played that's one of my favorite games of all time, and it really does deserve it because it really doesn't do too much wrong or anything wrong, really, which was the Yoshi's Island review. Let's move on to COD Mobile. So you gave it a 7 out of 10, your highest review. Good job, Jay. Good job. Were you in a good mood? Should you let your mood determine how you review games?
No, like I said, I think when it comes down to like
you got to be more professional on that. Huh?
No, like when it comes down to like I said, when you look at COD Mobile, now if I was allowed my mood to affect it, then you know I would have just right off the bat started off at giving it a 0 score. Like I said, I start off at in between. You've created this game, so you're at a 5 right now. Yeah. Now it doesn't mean you can't go below 5, but you've created this game, so you are now at a 5. When it came down to COD Mobile, like I said, you know, I don't hate COD. I just don't play it as much. Like I said, it seems like they're going to get back on the right track with Modern Warfare. Mm-hmm. But when it came down to Call of Duty Mobile, like I said, I mean, I played it. The factors, stuff that does affect the game that other people are complaining about didn't affect me. Like I said, I talked about the emulators on the PC that people are able to play COD Mobile on the PC. And, yeah, people are absolutely destroying with that. Like, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. But yet, like I said, for me, I enjoyed the game. I went and played the game. And like I said, I play it a couple times each day and really thoroughly played every mode in the game. And like I said, it's well deserved. It's a free COD game. I wouldn't mind if let me backtrack. If Call of Duty the way that it is on COD Mobile in terms of the microtransactions are out there in your face. Mm-hmm. And now, like I said, there may be some weapons in there. I haven't come across them yet that affect the game. Like I said, I haven't come across them that you can't earn through leveling. Yeah.
Oh boy, I did not want it to be that podcast.
So, but like I said, it ticked all the boxes. Like I said, it still got a 7 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair for me because
and you know what, in our and I still haven't made it. I wanted to kind of get like a rating scale. 7 out of 10 is really good from us. Actually, like 6. You know, I don't know if you said 5 or 6, but 6 is average. Yeah. 5 is actually a little bit below, but But then we add the point system, so when you give a 5.7, it's a little bit closer to it. Yeah. A 7 is actually okay. I actually enjoyed this. At that point, I can kind of recommend it. Yeah. Like if you have a mobile, and I don't do mobile games, gladly you're doing them because I wouldn't do them. Yeah. At that point, it's like, okay, recommend it. At a 7, I can recommend this game. Yeah. Especially if you have a mobile phone. And I think the crazy thing when I was looking at your review is mobile games are just getting better graphic-wise and performance-wise. Yeah, they are. And like I said, and Tashelle said, that COD Mobile score is surprisingly high. Yeah. When you look at this game, you know, when I first loaded it up, I'm like, dude, what in the world am I playing? Like, I've seen console games. Like, dude, we're talking about now. We can go into the details of that, but seeing this COD game or this mobile game that the graphics are just amazing, and I mean the performance is performing so well on a phone where you know it's getting hot or whatever the case may be. You know, I'm definitely excited for the future of mobile games because. You know, now we know that it will never surpass any console games, especially when you got the Nintendo Switch that is portable that you can carry around everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like I said, they may have some games that you can't play on the Switch just because Nintendo decides not to. But overall, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. You decked it off for. So, what do you mean? You decked. you gave it thumbs down for. I forgot. So I gave it thumbs down for the microtransactions. Gave it thumbs down for the battle royale mode because, like I said, you know. And I'm honestly glad that I gave it that thumbs down. Now, I went into it. I don't really care for COD's Battle Royale mode, but like I said, I went into it with the already anticipations of, okay, well, this rest of his other gameplay has been good. Battle Royale has to be good. And like I said, it completely flunked all the way. That was probably the worst performance I've seen on a mobile game. And like I said, that's kind of going back to don't even think level. And if you guys haven't seen that 90-second review. That was your lowest score. Yeah. That's the lowest score on this channel so far. 4 out of 10. So go ahead and watch that video. So like I said, I gave it some points down. Is their Battle Royale still considered not Firestorm? What was the Battle Royale that was in the last one? Blackout. Yeah, is it Blackout? I don't think so. It just says Battle Royale. It's just Battle Royale. Yeah. So Call of Duty Mobile is just Call of Duty Mobile. It has nothing really to do with Advanced Warfare.
It's just got different form of maps mixed in it. Kind of got some Black Ops 3 maps in there. Like I said, it's got its own different type of weapons. Just kind of its own unique type of game. It's like any other mobile game that's modeled after a big name like FIFA or PES, whatever case.
Right. Anything else on that review? Is there anything that you felt like you would have thrown in?
No, I think I touched on the emulators. Like I said, I touched on a lot of the stuff that I didn't touch on. And like I said, I think I'll make a video one day breaking down this when it comes down to that COD game. The score is so high for certain people because of people don't understand mobile games. So if you don't understand mobile games, like there being aim bots, I didn't throw that in there because, like I said, if you've never played a COD mobile game or never played a COD shooter game, and I was telling you about this, you would not know. You would get into this game like, dude, why the heck are there freaking aim bots in this, or the aim assist is so crazy in this COD mobile game? So, like I said, stuff that I'm not even going to worry about there because you have to know what type of game you're playing.
Right.
And that factors into your score.
Right. COD. Okay. I did Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening review. I love the game. I think it's one of the best games to come out for Switch this year, easily.
All right.
I love it. I love the art direction. I think I gave it for the mechanics. I think I talked about the dungeons that are so good.
Yeah.
I didn't play the original too much, so I'm going through this game kind of just for the first time, and I think it's just smart. It's a smart little game. I gave it a 9 out of 10, which is fairly deserved, and I don't think it can go for Game of the Year because it's a remake, but I mean, yeah, it's one of the best games I played this year, honestly.
And it looked good. It looked real good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it like fills in a lot of the imagination that you when I did play the original like all those years ago. It fills in that imagination because the games they were even more linear than a regular single player game now.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the monsters that you see on the screen back then, they didn't really have so much creativity or definition or anything like that. So the game kind of fills in those holes, and it kind of like you finally see monsters that you're like, okay, well, they all look the same back then, but now not anymore. Now you see like the difference and stuff like that. But yeah, it's great. It's actually not crazy long of a game. It's a pretty decent length. Yeah. And it's amazing. Any I don't know, any questions on that?
No, man. Yeah. I mean, it looked, like I said, it looked really good. I'm interested in start playing a lot of Nintendo Switch games. I haven't gotten to Switch yet, but like I said, it definitely looked really good. So it's good that they are remastering these classics because that's two now that we've reviewed: Link's Awakening and then Yoshi Island. And
and it's really smart on Nintendo's end to kind of, you had the amazing Breath of the Wild 2 years ago, and then you kind of filled it in. You kind of keep giving us. You don't make us wait too long for another Legend of Zelda game, like 5-6 years. They're gonna keep throwing these little games at you, like they had Mario Odyssey. Then you get Mario Maker and, your Mario Kart, Mario Party, all that stuff. But it's good to have a Legend of Zelda game kind of back out there. And we're probably going to get Breath of the Wild 2 maybe next year or the year after that. So it's really smart on Nintendo to kind of keep the hype of Legend of Zelda going, because that's my favorite franchise. I think it's the best franchise on Nintendo. I don't care. Get in the comments. I don't care. Look, better than Mario, whatever. Yeah. Like, I really do think it's awesome. So yeah, check out both of those reviews on the Seoul Dojo, man. Jay did Call of Duty Mobile, and then I did Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. What's the next game you're trying to go into?
Review? The next game that we're looking at is, I don't know if it'll be a review. I know that we are working on the Last of Us the first one. And either, it'll be a 90-second review or why this game, one game of the year, whatever the case may be.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, that's kind of our next focus, taking some more time out. I had PES Mobile that dropped, the official version, they say, is going to drop tomorrow. So, like I said, we may go through it. I'm not going to give any reviews just yet on there or any ups or downs on it yet.
Right.
So, like I said, if I don't get to PES Mobile, then like I said, it'll definitely be working towards that Last of Us video.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to finally play the Outer Worlds. I still need to get to, I think I'm going to do Town also, my little Town Hero, whatever, the Game Freak game. I'm definitely do that. And I'm getting to that top 5 video.
Yeah.
We're going to start doing the top 5 videos and the news segment videos. And that's going to be kind of the Seoul Dojo fully branded again,
Yeah.
newly branded, because we got the reviews out there. Still kind of doing the Pez videos, which I'll bring out more Pez videos soon. But that's kind of the new Soul Dojo, the top 10, the top 5, the review videos, the
discussions,
the which one?
Discussions
videos,
podcast,
the podcast, the news, stuff like that. So we're just ironing it all out. It's gonna be a minute, but it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So The Witcher 3 on Switch, the Switcher. It's getting really good reviews. Really surprised, and you just talked about mobile games being awesome, like being awesome graphically, like technical, like being technical marvels, right?
Yeah.
So like The Witcher, apparently it isn't like, PC level, and that's funny. I'm actually gonna review The Witcher too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get around to playing that much games. So apparently it's getting like these 9s, like it's actually doing really well on the Switch, and people are just like, how is this fitting on the Switch?
Yeah.
Like, how is this working?
Yeah.
And it actually, you know what you're getting into when you buy it for the Switch, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think people are just like, it's amazing that this game can really fit on this game with all the DLC. You're talking about 250 hours of gameplay.
Yeah. The simple fact that they got it on there, like it could have been sitting at freaking 360p, but the simple fact they somehow they got it on 2 here. Yeah.
My man, hey, what's up, Kevin? My man Kevin said, yeah, for sure, Zelda's the best. And Tetris 10 out of 10. Yeah, Tetris would probably get a 10 out of 10 for me. To be honest with you, it probably would. Yeah, totally. I think Zelda really smacks that stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna play it on PC though. Like I don't take my Switch out mobilely too much. Like just play it anywhere unless I travel and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get it on PC and play it at the highest level to get the best experience I can.
Yeah.
But for the people that never played it and you have a Switch, it is $60, but you do get all the DLC, all the expansions, and the expansion itself, Blood and Wine, won RPG of the year. Like an expansion, won RPG of the year. Like it's freaking ridiculous. So, anything else on the Switcher?
Nope.
Switcher. Sims 4 University got announced. I just kind of threw that in there because I love The Sims 4 and I love Sims University. To show you can let me know what you think about it. But they have 2 types of universities you can be in. It's the Briarmouth or I completely forgot. It's like I completely forgot. It's like Briarmouth University and the other one's like Foxbury Institution or something like that. But one of them is like a really old school. The other one is like a more technical nerdy school where you create robots and stuff. So it looks really great. This is an expansion that everybody's been kind of waiting for. We keep getting. I think they come out with some crappy expansions and stuff packs. Like the Laundry Day stuff pack was stupid. Like you pay $20 to make your Sims do laundry is the stupidest thing I've literally ever heard of. Like it's retarded. The last one was the Wizard World thing, which was cool, but I like a little bit more realism with my Sims. So I didn't get into that one. The one pack that I absolutely love is Seasons. It gives you New Year's, all the seasons and the holidays. And it's like I remember just having like a New Year's Eve party and everybody gathered around like the TV and stuff and was like doing the countdown, and it was just like so immersive. Like it was really, really cool. Like I threw like a party like at my house, and like surprisingly my Sim is not an introvert. He has a whole bunch of friends. I never knew when that happened, but Sims is growing into a direction that I really like. You don't have to necessarily have a job. You can be doing like literally what we're doing right now. You can be like a YouTuber and make loads of money on that.
I remember you telling me about that. It's just nuts. Funny to me.
It's nuts. It's ridiculous. And a lot of the packs really work together. And hopefully University is awesome because that means you can go to school. And how does that help within like go to work? Like if you start at a university, can you get to a better promotion spot as a veterinarian or stuff like that? So that would be pretty sick. But I'm really excited for it. I know people. I'm in this group called Black Simmer. I know people are like really, really hyped for it, and they're making like custom content. Have you ever seen A Different World? I know I'm like 3 years older than you, so
I haven't.
A Different World. Okay, so like that's boy, I can't believe I am forgetting her name right now. Lisa Bonet's in that in the first season.
Oh, you're talking about the show?
Yeah,
I've heard it. In fact, don't even get me started on the show. Me and my wife went back and forth on this show in terms of classic shows. Yeah, we're not even. I've heard the show.
Hold on, what was your stance?
I've heard. The show.
Are you saying it's not a classic show?
I've heard of the show.
You heard of the show?
Yeah.
What is a class? What did you combat with? What classic show?
I've heard of the show. Well, it was like it segued into like a whole nother conversation. It was something prior from another conversation.
Oh,
but yeah,
okay. That is a classic show. I'm just letting you know that is a classic show. Like that, living single, like.
Yeah. It was, in fact. So defining classic, as in everybody remembers it. It's like
I remember it.
Yeah, it was.
I love Lisa Bonet.
It was popular. No,
it was popular, but it ain't classic.
Yeah,
it didn't have that episode.
Yeah, it's like you got Cosby's.
Okay, the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
which
you
is
got
classic.
You got the Cosby Show, and then you got
So you're saying that's like a sub show?
Yeah.
That like just a spinoff.
Yeah, well in fact that's what. I think my wife was explaining it, but like I said, it came from like a whole different conversation.
Okay, so we just don't get enough context. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But real quick, so Tashelle says she's ready to relive that college life without all the stress, and we know you're doing school right now. And then we got the laundry pack was pretty popular, though. She says, I think he disagrees.
Yeah, I don't think... was it popular? Did you like doing laundry? Is that what you guys are telling me? Like, how many people are watching the Dojo right now? Like,
you want to know something?
6 to 7?
I remember when it did drop that it was pretty popular. See, that's like
really?
the laundry pack. Now was the laundry pack a classic? I mean, everybody's gonna remember this because it was popular at the time. I remember it was all over the place.
Sims people are weird. Like, if you did y'all really pay $20? Or and don't get me wrong, they have good like discounts. Did y'all really pay any money to do laundry? Virtual laundry.
unless they had more to the DLC, but I don't know. There wasn't. So it was just literally you being able to do laundry.
Like literally you could do like laundry like the regular way how we do it now, or you can do it back in freaking 1842 where you're like have the thing in like a little pool of water and you're sitting there scrubbing it like you're a slave. Just
Kevin says Tide Pods. Yeah, we already know the epidemic they had going on with Tide Pods too.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that's probably why it gotten popular. So yeah, that's probably why.
No, not Tide. Oh my God, probably. It's a stupid pack. Like it's retarded. Like, and they made some dumb packs. Mm-hmm. Like. That was probably the dumbest one, but I like the packs that they do. Like, oh, this is the fitness pack. You get all this fitness clothes, and you get rock climbing stuff. Like that stuff is cool.
Yeah.
But doing like a laundry, like what's next? Like dirty dishes pack. Like, like what is next for The Sims 4? But it is university, and they went to, what was I talking about? A different world. They went to Hillman College or whatever, which is the black college or whatever, and it's a majority black group. So like they made like custom content. They did like the Hillman sweaters, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like that, I'm definitely gonna probably do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sims 4 University comes out November 15th. If you have the Sims 4, I hope you have other packs because I hope this pack talks to other packs and it all just really works out. I hope because I love it. Me and Key's gonna co-write for me because he knows a little bit more about Sims. But yeah. Breaking news: Key's gonna co-write for me, and we're gonna do our very first expansion pack review, 90-second review for this pack.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so me and him will play it, get together, and talk about it. Season 11 Fortnite. I know my man Kevin's been playing it. Jay, when we jumped into the world, let me backtrack a little bit. So Fortnite completely shut down for 2 days, right?
Yeah.
And there was just a black hole. Well, there was like an event that happened, and freaking there was like rifts opening up and rockets coming through and stuff like that, destroying things, and everybody got lifted up in the air and then sucked into this black hole.
Yeah.
And then Fortnite, probably one of the biggest games in the world.
Yeah.
Kind of just stopped for about 2 days.
Yeah.
I think it's good publicity.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, well, did you see YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, Twitter was going nuts. And that's the one place that really goes nuts a lot. It's like Twitter. And I think it wasn't like, oh, they shut off our game just to kind of promote this crappy next season. Like, no, it was more like people were just like, what? Well, like, I've actually never seen anything like this in gaming before.
Yeah, it seemed like people thought like they just weren't. And in fact, I think one of their, I don't know if they had it on the screen or whatnot because I didn't follow that much, but I think they said, okay, well the game was done for good, and so like people thought the game was done for good. So you had people punching their TVs, and I mean it was crazy, man. Like there's a whole compilation on it, and considering that Fortnite is the biggest game on, especially on YouTube, you know, you can make it as a Fortnite gamer. Yeah, that was crazy. There was a ton of videos where people were like, I'm like, listen, calm down. Like I love video games, but that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, and even the Twitter page on, even the Fortnite Twitter page like went completely dark. For 2 days, and I was just like, wow, they really took this promotion to the hilt. Like I've never seen it before, but it was really a crazy thing to see. And so after that, we actually played Fortnite. Yeah, I picked up Fortnite after not playing it for about a long time, like a very long time. Jumped into it, and I was like, I didn't really see a difference in the world, but you were like, no, there really is a difference. Yeah,
there was definitely a difference in the world. I mean, it has that Fortnite look to it, so that's why it probably doesn't seem, different. It's got this arcade-ish, cartoonish type look to it, but it definitely was just a completely different map. And then, like I said, it looked pretty cool, which, I mean, Fortnite does look pretty cool, even though I may not care for the building and everything like that, but it definitely looked pretty good. And I don't know how much new stuff they did add to this game, because like I said, we didn't play it for quite some time. So like I said, there was boats and crap that we were seeing.
I literally played, what did we do? We literally played like 2 matches, and I literally was just like, I can't play Fortnite. Yeah, I'm just not good at it. I just don't really care about getting too good at it. So I'm just like, oh my god. But it looked great. If you're a Fortnite fan, you're probably going nuts over this stuff because it's a new map. It looks like they really, from what I remember, they've updated so much. Yeah. I've never seen the vehicles in there before. Some dude ran up on us with a boat. I was like, what in the world? Like, what is going on?
And in fact, they had, because I think I was telling you about when they first introduced the like golf cart. Yeah. And like I said, Fortnite, it's crazy when you talk about their marketing and everything like that, but when it comes down to like just different stuff they add into the game, it becomes the biggest thing ever. When they had the golf cart, they had it where it was like GTA, where if you were to go up like a ramp or something like that, it get you some kind of skill points. Where Fortnite had something like that too, so you've seen all these different compilations and whatnot of that on YouTube. Wow! So this boat, like I said, it may be the next biggest thing. Who knows?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, didn't play too much of that anyway, but I mean, if you're a Fortnite fan, go for it. It seems awesome. Anything else on Fortnite? Season 11, Chapter 2. I wonder what else they're going to throw in there.
I'm just glad they brought it back because people were going a little bit too crazy.
NVIDIA is going to be creating a lot of classic games with a new development team. All right. So apparently this is definitely for you PC people. They're going to try to implement ray tracing into these games, and that's going to make them look absolutely gorgeous. It's going to make them look alive. I think one of the games that came up was like Quake 2 and some of the old Dooms or something like that. Yeah. But we haven't got like a full list of what necessarily they're working on, but I think it would be awesome to have PC classics that get remastered. Yeah, and hopefully they come out for Steam. Yeah, hopefully they come out for Steam, because I think this development team will make a good bit of money doing that. So I think it's a good thing.
And in fact, NVIDIA has their own, I want to say store, but it's basically where they have this different software system or whatnot to where you're able to run games much smoother. Say, for instance, on low-end PCs, they've made something to where you can, or no, it's like a website or something. I don't know what the heck to call it. But basically, you're able to play like low-end PC games or higher-end games on low-end PC games. And
it's like a launcher?
I don't even want to say it's a launcher. Like, I'll try to figure out what it is, but it basically allows you to play these games that would be taxing, like on this laptop that we have sitting in front of us. We know that
optimizes it.
Yeah, we could probably barely even pull up Fortnite.
On this? Yeah, I can barely even pull up pinball.
Yeah, so they have made it to where we would be able to play Crysis, on your laptop or my laptop. So that's just NVIDIA's doing a lot of good things. Yeah, and they're so popular.
My man Kevin said, "I play every day. I love season 11 so far. A solid update for sure." And I believe that. Yeah. I really believe that it really is. My bad. I'm just getting to you guys' comments. It's a little slow for me right now. I keep looking at my notes and stuff. So Google Stadia, we're gonna wait on that. Yeah. So earlier this morning we woke up to I wanted to have a positive stream today. It's been so positive today.
Yeah.
It's been so positive.
Yeah, it has.
Why does it have to go this way? Why does it have to go this way? Fallout 76 has brought out they're gonna do this new subscription now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $12.99 a month, $100 a year.
$12.99. Wait, $12.99 a month or $100 a year?
Yeah, or you can do $100 a year to play Fallout 76. So
wait, what?
Yeah, Fallout like for real quick, Fallout 76. I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, so
and when was this? This was
this was earlier today. So it's a premium subscription, monthly subscription, with a bunch of new features that are locked behind it. It's called Fallout First. It costs $12.99 a month and $99 a year. So they're basically locking certain features and certain things behind a subscription wall. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't think Bethesda has any room to do this right now. I think they need to focus on making this game playable.
Yeah, I mean, and last I checked, the game
is bad. The game is very bad. Yeah. It's not it's one thing. It's not your typical Fallout game.
Yeah,
cool, whatever. But I wouldn't say Outer Worlds is your competitor, but the people that made a great Fallout game for you, they're bringing out the Outer Worlds, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just giving more people a reason to go buy that game.
Yeah.
Because if they want that single player Fallout feel, they're going to play that game.
Yeah, well, that's just crazy to even think. You're talking about, now we've come across like a lot of crazy developers, crazy publishers doing a lot of crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. That has been one of the craziest things I've heard. And we've talked about a lot of crazy stuff just on the past couple of podcasts alone. $12.99 a month or $100
$100 a year. It's ridiculous.
And so you already have to you already have to buy
$60 for it.
Yeah, you already have to pay $60.
I don't think it's $60 now, but you gotta pay a basic fee for it.
Yeah, you're still paying like this basic fee, and it's like, what? Like, did you guys not miss the point of like the game wasn't good?
Yeah, like, the game wasn't even. It wasn't even. There's no NPCs in the game.
That's like me selling you a car that doesn't work, and then coming back to you later like, hey, listen, man, shoot, I know you paid this for this, but if you want to pay $12.99. And I'll just come out and change out your car mats, every month. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What?
Or even better, how about you just pay like a car note, and I'll just like gradually, like the only way you're gonna be able to make this car work is you're gonna have to pay your car note every month, and then I'll give you the engine, and then I'll give you your wheels, and then I'll give you like
what?
It's like it's like, yeah, the game wasn't good to begin with at all, and my thing is like you're hiding extra features behind this paywall now, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, now I'm pretty pissed at this because it's like the microtransaction bullcrap. Like,
yeah.
And what is that? Because this game can go PvP. What if you're hiding? Like, what kind of stuff are they hiding? Are they hiding like?
It doesn't really even matter at this point. I mean, the game sucked. Like you charging anybody for hiding anything at this point in time. It's just like this is a whole nother level of just. $100
greed, yeah,
it's just a whole nother level of greed. $100 or $12.99 a month, and how long is that $12.99 a month gonna go? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I don't even know if anybody loves Fallout 76 that much to pay that.
Yeah, and I've seen some guys that played some games that like a lot of people, just would not play and just enjoy them, and like those people did not even enjoy Fallout 76. So,
because what if you're sitting here, they had like this amazing ray gun behind this paywall, and then you go in PvP and you're just melting people down.
Yeah.
That's pay to win at that point.
Yeah.
So that's my issue with Fallout 76. On top of it just isn't a good game, and they need to focus more on it being a good game.
Yeah.
Period. You already have microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
So why do you need people to sit here and pay $12.99? And yeah, I get it. It's an option.
Yeah.
But still, like, you're hiding other features behind it. That's the thing that's messed up about it. That's too much for a crappy game. Should be free by now. It really should be a free game, like just straight up.
It really that is crazy.
I was like, damn it, we were so close to a positive stream, and that happens. But it happens every year. I mean, it happens every week. So Google Stadia will have a negative latency in the next 2 years, and it basically says that PC, it's gonna be lag free, or it's gonna be like more lag free than PC or something. It will have less lag than PC in 2 years.
Yeah.
Google's retarded. I'm sorry. Google is special, like challenged, because there's no such thing as negative latency.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Google's talked about this thing so many times. There's actually 2 articles I would like to speak on about Google Stadia. And I would like to kind of go a little bit deeper into Google Stadia, because it's crazy. Okay, Google Stadia. Negative latency is still latency. You kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah. That means negative latency sounds like you know what I'm going to press before I press it.
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking I'm going to jump and my dude jumps, that was latency.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't press the button yet. But there's no such thing as negative latency, literally.
Yeah.
Google coming after PC is the funniest thing I've ever heard all year.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, oh, within 2 years, we'll have less lag than PC.
Yeah.
Okay, remember, Jay, PC upgrades like every 6 months?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Factual, right?
Yeah.
About 6 months. Where the heck is PC gonna be in 2 years?
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. And like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Google has done a lot of stuff. Like I said, I haven't looked much into this Google Stadia. I don't even know what the heck it is. And like I said, they're about to be releasing something pretty soon. But it's just crazy.
It's gonna go out. So basically, Google Stadia is like this streaming service that can stream to anything.
Yeah, well, I mean that's even in that self. You said streaming service, like so that in
game streaming.
Yeah, that's in itself.
There's so many issues with
it's still going to have to deal with, as long as it has to deal with
Wi-Fi.
Well, not even Wi-Fi. Most computers that are playing PC games or whatever the case may be, are through your internet provider. So like, is Google going to come up with their own? You know what I mean? Like, I'm interested in this. I'm gonna have to really look into this before I can kind of.
Yeah, because So they're saying it's gonna be able to run at like 60 frames per second, 1080p, whatever.
So it's a console. What the heck is it?
It's a streaming
box.
It's like, I think it's a stick.
Yeah.
And you put it into your PC, and it runs. It can go to your phone. Like, you can play What they've been promoting is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So you can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on your phone. You can play it on your PC without having a strong PC, which is good in theory.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get quality from our Wi-Fi here in America. Here in America, we don't have necessarily the best out of the whole world. Like if you look at like places like South Korea that can have these internet cafes and people are playing freaking League of Legends all day in them. Like that's just really good internet.
Yeah.
Here in America, we couldn't really do that. I'm not saying it's complete crap, but it's not as strong. And you're not going to be like, for the whole time, you're telling me you're going to be able to run Assassin's Creed Odyssey 60 frames per second off your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see, because like I said, we talked about the NVIDIA thing that they got going on, and like I said, with the low-end PCs, and like I said, that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's based upon a software that they have. So it'd be interesting to see, but I don't think the negative latency or just no absolutely latency, like I said, it'd just be too many factors that go into that. Unless, like I said, and I'm pretty sure they've done their research, but it'll be interesting to see how much of this is just marketing, and then how much of this is actual true factual, like nitty-gritty stuff.
Yeah. And I think you do have to look at it. Maybe it is just a marketing talk trying to get people to buy this thing.
Yeah.
And who you're going to fool with this is people that don't play games.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this thing is going to cater to, is the people that don't have time to play games. Because I'm not going to buy this. You're not going to buy this. I don't think any of my friends are going to buy this, because we have consoles, we have PCs. Like, we're not worried about Google Stadia. I think I need to make this abundantly clear. I am not in no way, shape, or form afraid that Stadia is going to take the place of consoles.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. I think for people that buy it, I think you have a lot of growing pains you're going to have to go through, because the dude there was another article, and I forgot who it was by, but the dude, what I read was like, basically Google Stadia is going to be bad for 2 years, because they're going to have to iron out the kinks. They're going to have to figure out how much can Stadia give against the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Against your Wi-Fi, and performance wise, like, how is it gonna work?
Yeah.
Another thing is, I like owning games, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's digital, whether it's physical, I like owning games. on something like that, if Ubisoft pulls the plug on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you don't have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on that thing no more.
Yeah.
Because it's subscription. You're leasing the game out.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of issues here, and I think the biggest thing for me is performance.
Yeah. I said, I'm interested in seeing. Like I said, I don't know how much more it goes into it. Like I said, it sounds like an interesting concept. So like I said, I just have to look into it and see what they got going on. But like I said, negative latency, that'd be weird. Like I said, technology is advancing like crazy. Like I said, but that'd be a whole nother ball game right there.
Literally, negative latency to me just sounds like you either have latency or you don't.
Yeah.
There ain't no such thing as negative latency.
Yeah. And like I said, we know that you can minimize a lot of latency just with, and like I said, and it depends on what type of latency you're talking about, whether that's an internet type, latency or just actual physical in-game latency. And like I said, that goes into a whole nother, that goes into the developers of, it's just a lot that goes into that. So it'd be interesting what they mean by latency. So
I like how they say it's going to be better than just PC. And it's like, you realize, like, are you talking about just like a PC I got? Or are you talking about like the souped up PC? Like,
that would be interesting to see.
Oh man, Google Stadia, funny stuff. Yeah, I think what you're saying is right. I think it's a promotional piece, and they just want to try to get people behind it and be like, what? It's gonna do what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see the. Okay, we're good on comments. Cool. So CD Projekt Red, this was actually going to be more of a positive sense with microtransactions, but CD Projekt Red developer comes out and says post-launch microtransactions are a bad idea. And I read the article. It was from IGN, and basically he was just like, nobody likes them. Our fans don't like them, so why would we throw them in the game?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like simple. Like, it's literally that simple.
Yeah.
And this company is just so for their fans.
Yeah.
And that's why I love, like, I think there's like 4 companies that, like, literally in the major hemisphere of gaming that, like, they understand, hey, if my fans don't like that, why am I going to put it in the game?
Yeah.
You look at Ghost Recon, they're going to throw their microtransactions back into their later.
Yeah.
And that's what he means by post-launch microtransactions.
Yeah.
And people can ask, well, how is, like, we're gonna say we're gonna say Cyberpunk 2077. That's the new game that they're making. How are they gonna make additional money to that besides sales?
Yeah,
they're gonna come out with expansions.
Yeah, I mean,
the DLC's free.
Yeah,
but they're gonna come out with probably at least 2 expansions. They're gonna sell out the wazoo.
Yeah,
and I think it's one thing that when you make a good game and people say it's a good game, especially in this climate, it's going to go around to multiple people. It's going to go around to multiple spaces, and a lot of people are going to hear about this game. Yeah. So the more people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
When Spider-Man came out, everybody knew because it was behind PlayStation, and it looked great and had great publicity behind it, and the freaking developers were like, no microtransactions. Yeah. So many people bought that game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for the company.
That's like the biggest marketing stunt right now. If you just come out, like I said, I don't know why more game developers don't get on it. You could just make more sales by saying, hey, listen, we're not going to have no microtransactions because of the point in time we're in the gaming industry.
Yeah, it's crazy how, like, that's like a marketing tactic now.
Yeah.
Like, go out there and just say, no, we're not going to do microtransactions.
Yeah.
Make sure it's true. But make sure it's true. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it was such a simple, I just read it and just smiled because I was like, it's such a simple answer. Like, are we going to have microtransactions in the game? He's like, no. Or post-launch microtransactions, and he's like, no, because the people who play our games don't like it. And he admits, like, yo, like, you can get, it's really profitable, which is true. Yeah. He admits it, but he's like, but our fans don't like it. So at that point, you're choosing your fans' morale over your company making a whole bunch of profit.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red ain't gonna go broke anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. Like I said, you make a
but
good
they
product.
will go down as one of the best developers in history.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot of developers just got priorities that are different.
Yeah.
And then you end up like Bethesda, and people are like, yeah, screw it, we're not gonna be paying that kind of money for all that crap. So, and to be honest with you, I would pay cosmetic stuff to CD Projekt Red. I would do it. Yeah. I would do it. But of course, people don't know how to necessarily do that, and you start getting this predatory crap thrown in there. So yeah. Anything else on Cyberpunk? Not Cyberpunk. Anything on Cyberpunk 2077?
No, we're good.
Good. The Analog Pocket is a brand new I guess you can say it's a Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's a Game Boy, and it plays Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. And it's not it's not going to be through emulators.
Yeah.
It's going to be through actual cartridges, like you can get Pokemon Blue from 1995 and play it. And play it on this little console. But so I don't know, have you played the Game Boy? Have you played a Game Boy?
Yeah, I played dude.
What? I don't know, Jay. Let me know.
Yeah, I've played Game Boys. I can't remember the what is the one they used to have, like the yellow, the blue. So there's the ones that's like where it's like you hold with two hands. Well,
you
it's
do
like
hold them two hands.
Yeah, but it's like the one that's kind of horizontally shaped. You know what I'm talking about? And then there's there's the what is it?
The Game Boy Advance, which is more vertical.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance. So
the Game Boy Advance.
So you got the one that's got the controls on the left and the right, and then you got the Game Boy Advance, I think the Game Boy Advance is the. You know, I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I have played the Game Boy.
Because horizontal is like that. I think you're talking more like that. That's the Game Boy Advance, and then the vertical one is more like Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and it does come in yellow in different colors. Which is Game Boy Color. Yeah. So so this thing is like.
So yeah, I have played because the Advance is the one that closes the flip. So I've played.
No, the Advance is it's the one that closes and flips. That's the SP.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
So I've played a lot of the Game Boys. Okay, basically, I know what the Game Boy is.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's just they made so many variations of them.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like this plays all those. It plays the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance, the games, and more on a 3.5 inch, 1600 to 1440 pixel display.
Yeah.
Is that pretty decent?
That's you said
good,
a
1600 to 1440.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. Huh?
Yeah.
But it plays those three, right? But it's like the SP plays all three.
Yeah.
And it has a light to it, so it's like this thing is $200.
Yeah.
Right. It looks sick though. Like it looks really dope. Would I buy it? I might buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I might buy it, but like I said, if you really don't want to spend the $200 and you want to play your Game Boy games and your Game Boy Advance games at the same time, you have the SP that kind of does that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can get one for $45.
Yeah.
But this is just, I think they're gonna add more things to it, and this just it just looks really slick. I don't know if you have the picture up right there.
So I've seen. Well, I haven't got the analog pocket up, but I've seen. I was looking actually at these other Game Boys.
Mm-hmm.
But see if we can.
Yeah, it's a pretty slick design, the analog pocket, and I actually really like it. It actually looks really cool. It comes in black and white.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty dope. Here, if you want to see it real quick.
Yeah, I'm actually.
You're looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks a little weird, but
it looks. I would definitely get it. Play some Pokemon on it. Play some Tetris. Play some really old like Game Boy games. That would be pretty sick. You can carry it with you, but yeah. I mean, $200. That's pretty pricey to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's probably justified through the power of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the versatility of it, I guess. So yeah. Speaking of owning games, are you gonna buy Outer Worlds and play it on Game Pass? I'm gonna buy Outer Worlds, but I'm not gonna get it on Game Pass because I wanted to get it on PlayStation 4. But I'm definitely playing. I'm getting it. Hopefully, I can get it tomorrow. I'm gonna be the only person in line for Outer Worlds. Everybody else is gonna be in line for Call of Duty.
Well, guess what? I'll tell you this much: like we will be the first. Hopefully, be the first one to have one of those reviews up.
Oh yeah.
And I've been looking at a lot of Outer Worlds, and like I said, I don't even know much about Outer Worlds, but I've been looking at a lot of Outer Worlds stuff just this past week alone. So
yeah, it definitely shot up in popularity within the last couple of weeks because it's getting to the release date, and it's fun. This Fallout 76 stuff. I just read a tweet from Jason Schreier from Kotaku, and he was just like, you can pay the $12.99. This $12.99 or $100 for Fallout 76, or you can just play the Outer Worlds on Game Pass for $9 now. I was like, wow, that is true. So, but yeah, the next segment was what are we playing? What are we planning on playing? And yeah, mine was the Outer Worlds. I'll be playing Outer Worlds really soon, and I'm going to play The Witcher for PC. So
yeah, I I may do. Well, I know I'm gonna eventually play COD Modern Warfare. Don't know when that'll come, but it'll be within the 2 weeks, hopefully, of the game's release. This is probably an old one, but I just downloaded MLB The Show because it was free to play. And like I said, I've not played MLB The Show, but I've heard great things about it. And me being a person that loves sports games, I'm interested in playing that game. Like I really want to see if it's just as good as everybody says it is.
It is a good game. I really do enjoy it. I don't play it for too long because it's just the only sports game that really keeps my interest all the time is FIFA. Yeah. But no, it's a beautiful game. It's really like technically, graphically, it's beautiful, and there's a lot of like different variations of what kind of player you can be. Yeah. So it is really good, and I really, really, really like the difficulty, how you can put it on dynamic. I think it's called dynamic difficulty or something, where you can if you start doing really good, it'll kind of go up a little bit. Yeah. But it kind of fluctuate between that. Or if you start doing bad, it'll kind of give you a little bit of room. It'll be like, all right, man, let's drop back down and get you good. So I mean, I remember I started really low. Yeah. Started bombing everything, and it was like, all right, dude. Yeah. So I really like that. I think more games need to have that implemented.
Yeah, instead of scripting.
Especially for sports games. Instead of scripting, you should definitely have something like that. But yeah, a lot of games. I know a lot of games have just normal, just because you need to play the game how the developers intended to be played, and the difficulty how it's intended to be played, right? So like, but especially for sports games, it should have something like that. So yeah, should be playing Outer Worlds soon, and hopefully tomorrow I'll start playing a little bit tomorrow, and I'll be able to have a review up, start playing The Witcher, and hopefully I get around to Little Town Hero, Game Freak's game. I really hope to get to that, and we're going to get the top 5 video started and the new segment video started, and the Seoul Dojo is going to be hot.
Yeah, so we got, and we'll be making, obviously, I'm going to make a video on this hopefully within the next week, but we'll have the blog going up, so I'm really excited about that, getting that set up. Like I said, we don't expect for it to have great traction, but it will help the channel grow a lot tremendously. And like I said, we'll be able to get a lot of stuff that we may not cover on the channel, on this blog, so that, like I said, the people that don't really care about videos, they're able to still go to these things and just the Seoul Dojo as a brand, So, like I said, we got that going. Top 5 gaming news, more 90-second reviews. Like I said, the videos are definitely about to take a boost in terms of editing. Like I said, it's going to blow you away. So, like I said, I'm taking more and more time between videos to really put out videos that you're like, who in the world edited this?
That's what you should do when you're not doing any videos and stuff. Like, you should be kind of like trying to hone your craft, make it better. Yeah. And of course, I'm like, God, I'm trying to like do schoolwork in between that, but I'm still sitting here like, all right, I need to know more about what's going on with the Outer Worlds, what's going on with CD Projekt Red, like learning, reading up on the news, and then trying to figure out how to edit things differently. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, man, that's been the Seoul Dojo podcast. We went for almost an hour and 30 minutes. I never think we're going to go that long. Yeah. And then we start talking about how A Different World is a classic, but Jay doesn't think it's a classic. But yo, if you're on Spotify, make sure you guys, if this is your first time listening on Spotify, make sure you guys hit that follow button. If this is your first time on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. I've been Curtis Russell, and this is Himalio de Guzan Sanchez, Janko Jamalovich, Jabastin Jamalison, all those aliases. Jamal Johnson. You've been amazing, man.
All right. Yeah, man. We out of here.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll talk to you guys later. All right. Deuces.